We're taking a look at Witcher 3. I'm actually on the DLC areas actually, so but I want to show y'all what my preset, or at least what my settings are for this. Let's start with display. So we have full screen. We have 1680 by 1050 with the maximum refresh rate at 144, of course. Then we go into, gotta change the camera as well. So the image is barely visible. Actually prefer it here, that's fine. So let's go into our graphics. We have FSR2 on balance actually. I know. You're already at 16, 1050 and you doing that too? Yeah. SSAO, we got screen space reflections on low. Motion blur is still on. I like it at a little bit. So 5 is my go-to. So we still got bloom, depth of field, all of it, pretty much. Is it vignetti? I mean, I'm not gonna be trying to say that word. I know chromatic aberration. And then we definitely have Hairworks on, and it's at 0 or 2 and low. Then we have high, shadow quality, ultra, terrain high, water high, foliage high, grass density, texture quality, detail high. So a lot of high settings with one ultra. So, and then we have the Hairworks on. Now, sometimes I drop it down to 0 in case there's like a problem with the settings, but you can literally go to Steam Deck, the Steam Deck preferences, and then you can, so if you want to go to Steam Deck, you can probably get to 144 or probably very much so 100 FPS with this game. You don't need to do this, but again, the point of my settings is to try to get like a PS5 quality on the go in performance. So I'm only rocking performance. So you usually get around 2 hours and 15 minutes or 2 hours and 30 minutes, depending on the game, to play on the go. So that's what I try to shoot for. And that's what these settings are meant to be. So let's go ahead and jump into the gameplay here and continue.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt.
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path. The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
I took the tour with this guy. I ended up saving that the lady was cursed or whatever, about the spoon lady.
Baron Rossel.
Anybody that actually played The Witcher would know. Well, maybe you know what I'm talking about. But I ended up saving her. I want to see where that goes, because I never played the DLC. And now we just taking a tour of the vineyard. So this is the blood and wine one.
Down below,
and my thought process was simple. 40 FPS feels good, but I also want it to look really good.
It provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry.
And I feel like these settings provide you a very high quality experience on the go. You can obviously boost the power to get your FPS higher,
Sure ask.
But
Yes, though it ran dry long
again, that's kind of going into a territory where it's, you want to stay around that 20 watts to get optimal battery. You can also just go to Steam Deck preset and just run it at 100 frames. But again, I think I can show y'all kind of what that looks like as well, just so y'all can see it. I know what my settings are, so just in case y'all want to crank the FPS to the max, this is what you do. You go to Steam Deck, hit apply, go back out.
End his life by jumping into the well.
And now you're at
The festivities
76.
were coming to a close, and the well was
Not
nearly
ugly.
empty when the suicidal guest finally
Just
jumped.
ain't what I was at.
Instead of killing himself,
There's no problem with this.
he broke his legs.
Everybody will be happy with this
Drank the wine.
Drank
this
himself
look.
to death.
Not at all. When
And it's,
found
I think
the
it's going to
next day,
drop
he had
your
concluded it
resolution down to, it may not. No, it doesn't change your resolution.
water had been
Previously it was sitting at 800p, so it was even higher. But this is definitely still a great looking experience. I wouldn't want to call it ugly. And you can still stick to your 1050 p, and you're still sitting around 76. Earlier I was getting better performance. I'm not sure what the difference is here, but
Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs.
and then I will go back to what I like. So I don't think you can go wrong with The Witcher. I think they optimized it really well. But to me, my settings is what I liked. I'm surprised it got to stay at FSR balanced on these settings though. Let's do that one. There's an ultra, there's high, and I think that's what we had. Yeah. So it'll take a second. Let me look at him, the ball. That's so funny. All right, let's keep it pushing.
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
I'm actually not 100% sure if the Blood and Wine DLC is like similar performance to
as you can
the
see,
normal
the
game.
facade is,
So that'll be another
Slightly
thing to
stagnant,
test. But
but one cannot deny it. A certain subtle,
as long as I'm
southern
staying
charm.
around
True, though it could use a bit
that
of subtle paint.
38, 35 to 45-ish range, I'm okay. But some people just don't like that, and I get it. You got VRR for a reason, but if you don't like it, there's always the Steam Deck. You can always
Inside.
give it more power,
On the left is
or
the
you can
master
just
bedroom.
lower your settings down to
Right, the dining
medium
hall and
if you
kitchen.
prefer.
Upstairs, you shall find the guest
To me, I just
currently
enjoy
used for storage.
a very
Not a
sharp
bad idea.
picture,
At the moment, the house is only
but
minimally
also
furnished.
a
Yet I
more,
believe we will together devise some
I guess,
innovative arrangements.
it has to be
A few
more
paintings, for
almost
instance,
console-like
breathe new life into the
experience
old image.
for most of my games.
That's,
So
you've seen the full
that's what
lay
I'm
of the land.
optimizing for most of the time.
Cofo Bianco is a beautiful estate. One must admit, time has taken its toll. If, forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling.
Oh, how much is the renovations?
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Almost decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
The grounds. Let's do some work on the house.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
5,000. Do I even have 5,000?
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
Dang, I didn't know I had
I
that
shall
much.
get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists around. Highly skilled at what they do. It shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state. Is there anything else you require, sir?
No, I'm
That's all
good.
for now, BB. Thanks.
All right, let's try to get the... Just wanted to get to the morning. Yeah, y'all take a look at what this looked like in the morning.
Oh, Richard, we could use one around here, full time.
Oh, really? Now again, if you're not comfortable, you're obviously going to get some FPS back, or at least some performance back when you turn off the overlay. But if you're not comfortable with that, you can always go to the Steam Deck preset and be comfortable with. I guess you can use that one. That one's at 70, 100% most of the time, and still looks good, just not as good to me, and I prefer it to look really nice. So again, just to show y'all that difference, you can kind of do one more take on that, and then if you can kind of make a decision on your own. Display still at 1050 though, so it's still gonna be pretty sharp. But if you go to the Steam Deck presets, you're gonna get more performance back, and it still doesn't look terrible. So And that extra smoothness might be something you just gotta have. So hey, there it is. All right. Not me though. Not me though. I'm okay with where I was at, and I had a pretty good time. Mostly just high. SSAO, yeah, that's fine. We had shadow quality at ultra though. I think that was it. Yeah. Oh, turn on that. That hair works. There we go. I would call it like, it's like not that big of a difference, but to me, it takes it from that PS4 to PS5 quality. So I'm gonna keep it. All right, that's about it. Let's move on to the next game.